Hey everybody, it looks like I'm live. How fun is this? 41 friends already here. My goodness. Hey Jeannie, hey Shelly. Thank y'all. Oh, hey Erin, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Well, this is super fun and exciting. I have been very nervous all day about doing my live with you guys on YouTube. This is very new. I did a little trial run this afternoon with my daughters and my mama. I was like, here's a link. Let's try this out. But I think I really like this. So I hope y'all will enjoy this. Hey, Brittany. Oh, my girls. Y'all are so sweet. Thank y'all so much. Did y'all see my post on Facebook? Wes got me this necklace. It's got my logo on it. It's a little hard to see through the camera, but man, what a special day. I did document most of my meals on Instagram and Facebook on my stories today and some different things. So y'all check those out. Hey, Debbie. Thank you. Hey, Cindy. How are you doing? Goodness gracious. Yes, we had a good celebration today. So, man, I launched a cookbook this morning and I am pleased to announce there have been 281 cookbooks sold today, y'all. Oh my goodness. Wow. So crazy. Oh my goodness, y'all are so sweet. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. So yes, y'all grab a cookbook. They're $5 until midnight-ish Wednesday. Wednesday night, I did a 48-hour half price sale. So y'all be sure to grab that up. I've gotten a lot of great feedback from it, and I'm very excited. I've shared those recipes with everybody, and a lot of people have been asking that if I would have it printed available. And I'm like, oh, give me just a second. I'm still reeling from getting the thing digital. So we'll see about getting that thing printed. But I hit 10,000 followers on Facebook Sunday night during my Blooms live session. So that was super special. And then today is my 6-year Trim-iversary. So celebrating 6 years trim is kind of what I've been saying to some people lately. And it is just such a blessing and an honor to be with you guys tonight. 700 ladies requested this live link, and 700 ladies are entered in the drawing for my 6 prize bundles. And I will share the winners of those later on. But I was going to go ahead and get started and I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being here. I pray that this story will inspire you to keep promises to yourself so that one day you will have a story like mine, because it's just an incredible opportunity to take care of yourself and others. I posted on my private Facebook page, my personal page today, and Pearl, her and her sister Serena are the ones who wrote the Trim Healthy Plan, if you don't know that. But we are friends on Facebook, and she had the sweetest comment. And I've just been with family today and friends. People have messaged me, and it's just been so special. All the congratulations. But I just want all of you to know that this can be you. You can do this too. I'm nothing special. One of my clients, Miss Beth, she gets on to me because I say this all the time. I'm just a little old girl from Pike County, Mississippi. And I just found a plan that worked for me, and I did it. And so now I'm going to tell y'all my story. So Wes and I, many of you probably know this, but we've been married since 2001. We were high school sweethearts, and we had our 3 girls. And then when I was 29, I had to have a complete hysterectomy. And I just had a lot of health problems after that. And several years later, we felt the calling to adopt. And so we adopted our first son. And then pretty much a year later, we adopted our second son. And keep going. I really got unhealthy. I was very tired. I was hurting a lot, had low energy, some depression, some anxiety, different things like that. I was the heaviest I'd ever been. And I was pretty much kind of like, enough is enough. And my crazy self, who did not feel good at all, decided to go to CrossFit one day. I had a friend, Leanne, that posted about it a lot, and it looked like fun. And I just decided to go. And my best friend went with me for a little while. Oh my gosh, there's 111 people watching. Wow. Y'all have blessed my socks already. So anyway, I started going to CrossFit. That was in July of 2016, July 2016 when I started working out. And I never really lost weight. My body did change a little bit, but the weight, I didn't really shift weight. But then in January of 2017, my best friend, JJ, she's a Trim Healthy Mama coach now. She's Simply Nourished with Coach JJ. You want to check her out. She told me about THM. A friend of ours told her. And I was kind of like, this looks really involved and difficult. I just don't know about this. But I started looking at some of the recipes. I don't know. I think I might have borrowed a book or I ordered my own book. I don't know. The Trim Healthy Cookbook was all that was out at the time. The big, huge white book was out, but I didn't know anything about that. I got super overwhelmed looking at the website. And so I just said, I'm going to look at the book. So I read the book. I started making our suppers off of the recipes, and that is just where it all started. And so I just continued making recipes out of that cookbook. Almost everything I ate was pretty much a recipe. Someone in the questions asked, how I got started feeding my family. They always have just eaten what I've given them. They didn't have a choice. And they probably had S and E meals, and I didn't know to give them a crossover, but they survived. It's okay. But guys, I just wanted to share with you how much my body changed. So from January into probably the middle of March, I lost 30 pounds. I went from that tight 12 to a size 4. I just really think that my body was ready to release the weight. I was in a really good space mentally. I began counseling in that time that I had started CrossFit as well. And I was just committed. I was committed to eating the food. And I really liked having some boundaries. And, you can have this, but you don't need to have this. I liked having that. It did not bother me. And so I just began my journey and I kept on going, kept on going, kept on going. I did hit a little stumbling block where I got a little overwhelmed. I felt like I had to eat all the time. And then, there was some whiny baby moments where I was just like, you know what? I want to have, this off-plan thing. And so I would stumble and fall and that kind of thing. And then I also hit that kitchen fatigue where I felt like I was cooking things all the time. And so I did quit for a while, maybe a week or two. And Wes noticed, my husband, and he asked me about it. And guys, he just really got me picked back up and encouraged me to try again. And, let's just kind of think through this. And I have a lot of pictures that come through my time hop showing me meal planning and making different Trim Healthy Mama recipes. But then I began thinking outside of the box and simplifying. And that is what has made THM sustainable for me, is I simplified. And in my coaching program, I offer a lot of ideas, a lot of printables, lists, and things of simple meal ideas to help ladies realize they don't have to have all the THM products. Everything that goes in their mouth does not have to be a recipe from the cookbooks or from a blogger. You can literally take things from the grocery store and make a meal and be on plan. And that is the beauty of Trim Healthy Mama. That is food freedom to me. And that is what's made it sustainable. So we just kept eating the food. I made so many mistakes. Now, as a coach, I look back and I'm like, girl, you had that all wrong. Bless your heart. But I kept doing it and I kept trying. There was a while where I had a cookie butter kind of obsession. It was off-plan cookie butter. But I told myself I think it was maybe a Wednesday and Friday afternoon, if I stayed on plan, I would have a little spoonful of that cookie butter from the grocery store. And that was early on. That was maybe a year and a half, 2 years in. But that's what kept me going. And then I quit doing that because I didn't feel like I needed it anymore. And y'all, I'm going to fast forward a little bit to present day. When Nut Pods came out with their cookie butter flavored coffee creamer, guess who was the most excited person on the planet? This girl. And I love that creamer. So anyway, that was just a silly thing. Another kind of little mistake that I made forever, months and months, I thought that peanuts or peanut butter were a carb source. They're not. They're a fat source. But I still lost weight. I still saw progress. And so, yes, in those few months, I dropped that 30 pounds. I hit my goal weight in those few months. But the beauty of this is I was able to maintain that for 5 years and 9 months. Isn't that crazy? So what was it that I did to do that? I kept doing THM. This is my 6-year Trim-iversary. I have been living the Trim Healthy Mama lifestyle this entire time, give or take a little bit when I fell off, but I came right back on. And that is what it is. Any diet, any fad, anything that you go and do and you see results, If you stop doing it and go back to your old habits, you're going to go back to your old self. You're going to go back to those old results. So if you want to see consistent results, if you want to continue on your maintenance journey, if you want to continue losing, if you hit a plateau with Trim Healthy Mama, you have to keep going. You have to keep doing the things that were working before. And that, I mean, as simple as that sounds with me saying it, I'm praying that light bulbs are going off in your mind and in your heart, because that's what it is. And, THM is non-negotiable for me. I am on plan. One of the questions y'all, 16 pages of questions were asked, and I'm going to talk about how I'm going to address those later. But when I'm sick, I don't even consider going off plan. And it's been that way for years. Whenever I'm stressed out, I don't immediately consider going off plan. Sometimes if there's something like on the counter and there's been a bad day or lots of feelings have been happening, I might think about that thing that's on the counter. But typically I don't go, I'm just going to go off plan and go have whatever because I had a bad day. I don't think that anymore, but it took practice. It took consistency. It took hard work. No, I'm going to be on plan. But now it does not affect me. Okay. I can walk by my favorite candy at the grocery store and not worry about it. I really can. But that used to not always be that way. I did have to continue with the consistency of my journey and making decisions that were wise and would benefit my health journey. So that's something I really want to press into you guys and really explain. One of the reasons why, why I became a Trim Healthy Mama is because of that middle word, healthy. I was sick. I had autoimmune disease, had hormonal imbalance. I had adrenal fatigue. I had some things that they could not even pinpoint. Okay. I went to a lot of rheumatologists and endocrinologists, and they could not figure out what was wrong with me for years. I found THM and I found health. I found healing. I found painless days. At our church, we raise our hands in worship quite often. I couldn't do it. My joints hurt too bad. So people ask me, how do I stay on plan? It's because I saw good. I saw good in my life. I saw painless days, like I said. And so it was just, why would I go off? Some people are asking me, do you ever do cheat days? No, I do not. Why would I want to cheat? I can have muffins, pancakes, waffles, ice cream. I can have delicious food, all the things, cookies, brownies. I can do that. I just have to make them or pay somebody to do it. But I can have delicious drinks. One of my sweet past clients, she shared my pink drink that I wrote almost 3 years ago, a spoof from Starbucks pink drink. And it just kind of blew up. And that's what helped me hit that 10,000 followers. So thank you, Loretta. Shout out to you, girl. You can do it. Trim Healthy Mama just came out with a cookbook called Trim Healthy Indulgence. Y'all, oh my gracious. We can have these things. Do we have them every day? No, we do not. But they are there when we need them, when we want to celebrate big, when we want to have a delicious birthday cake, or our 25th anniversary is coming up and we want to have an on-plan dessert. Go to that Trim Healthy Indulgence. Esther, that girl knows what she's talking about. Man, pesto pizza from Trim Healthy Future blesses my heart. It's easy to do and it's delicious. I just like my cookbook that I wrote. So many great things in there. That yogurt banana split, it will seriously satisfy that ice cream craving. I'm telling you it will. So good. So I just want to encourage you with that, guys. If you are going to be on fire for something for yourself, choose your health. Be on fire for your health. Because not everyone is going to be a size 4 months. That was my story. That was my journey. That's where my body wanted to go. But I worked for it. I stayed on plan. I ate breakfast, lunch, a snack, and supper. Now, I don't know that I teach my clients, if they want optimal weight loss, that if they're going to eat after supper, most days of the week, they need to choose a fuel pull. I don't know that I did that. There's a lot of things, a lot of habits, a lot of things that I do now that I'm not sure if I did. I mean, that was 6 years ago, 4 years ago. A lot's happened since then. I got a lot of kids with a lot of things going on. So I don't remember everything. But I know that I only had SE and fuel pull. I didn't do crossovers. That was not even anything I even knew about. I didn't worry about the different S categories. If you're new to THM, don't let that bother you. But, the S categories can really bog people down sometimes. I didn't worry about that. I just had an S. And then another thing, I did have veggies and I did drink water. I did have some sippers from time to time. But I really think those things combined and the fact that I was consistent and I made good decisions as best as I could was super helpful in my journey. So what made it sustainable? What made it sustainable was when I realized that I could just take foods from the grocery store and make a meal. I didn't have to get my recipe book out for everything that went in my mouth. That truly was what was helpful for me. Also, I committed to working out, having intentional movement exercise. What you choose to do is not necessarily what I'm going to choose to do, and that's okay. But I really think that intentional movement is very important. I go to CrossFit twice a week. I go to my room and I do yoga one other day a week. It's only 7 to 15 minutes. I sit here at this desk pretty much 3 days straight a week. The other days, I'm not necessarily sitting at my desk, but I have a sedentary job because of that. But I get up and walk and do. Some days I might only have 3,000 steps, but I'm very committed to those 2 days at working out at the gym and then the 1 day of yoga. And so that's what I do. Some people want to work out 5 days a week. Okay. I don't think that that's what I need to do in my life right now. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Adrenals, my hormones, and different things like that. Also time. And then also that I would have to get up very early, multiple days a week. And I don't think that would be good for my body. So everybody makes decisions for themselves and you just have to decide what's best for you. But I encourage you to try new things. Try new things. There's tons of free videos out there on YouTube that you can do. If you're in coaching with me, with Bloom specifically, or one-on-one, you have access to my exercise videos. I have 3, and they're cute as pie, I think. No, they were really hard for me to make, and my clients want me to make more, but it really overwhelms me. So they haven't, for over a year, I haven't made any more. But I just want to encourage you guys to get some kind of exercise, intentional movement. Go outside and walk. Have a dance party with your kids. Decide that you're going to clean the house and dance to it in the middle, whatever it is, okay? You know what? Going to Sam's and Walmart can also be a workout. Park far away and make sure you get your steps in, whatever it is. And then also that timing is super important. And so I encourage my clients to fuel within an hour of waking up and then work on every 3 to 4 hours after that. And typically that's going to give you 3 meals and an afternoon snack. Okay. All right, let's see what else I was going to talk to y'all about. My family. So I told you guys that, they just ate what I made them. I have in the past years done really weird things with meals, and I was very adventurous with cooking. And so they were used to kind of weird things, I guess you'd say. But Wes has always commented that the Trim Healthy recipes were normal foods. It's because I didn't choose the weird things. I chose the things that were similar to what we were used to eating. And I think that's very important for you mamas to remember. Let's see what else here. Definitely think about my theme for this year, keeping promises to yourself. So if you're going to start out January 1st with this grandiose plan to do something for yourself, and you're going to be on plan with THM, but one little thing goes wrong in your day, quit being a princess. Okay. This is going to be a little hardcore here for a second, but maybe you need to quit being a princess and, kind of wallowing in your pain and your grief and say, you know what? Nope. I am not going to let my bad day affect my decision that I made January 1st. I'm going to keep promises to myself and I'm going to have something on plan. That's what I think you should do, because there's going to be hard days. There's never a normal day. Something's always going to come up. I've got 5 children. It's crazy. There's always something going on. Somebody's going to be upset. Something's going to get disappointed. Something's going to break, all of that. And I can't let my circumstances affect my health. Okay. That also brings in stress. We need to learn how to manage our stress. And that's a whole nother talk. But I just wanted to say that right there. There are a lot of people that fall off the Trim Healthy train for different things. But I think a lot of times it's just because on the hard days, they choose more of an easy way out. You have to eat anyway. Why are you going to choose off plan when you can choose on plan? Had to go through the drive-through, had to eat off plan. Wrong. I can go through many drive-throughs and eat on plan. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you can do. Tonight we ate out. We celebrated all the things that I shared earlier. We celebrated at Applebee's. I got a Bourbon Street steak. It has onions and mushrooms and it's blackened and it's delicious. Instead of their mashed potatoes, which is probably potato flakes with all kinds of things that I don't want in my body, had green beans and I also got a Caesar side salad without croutons. I had a delicious meal. I posted pictures of it if you want to see it, and you can do it too. I had a client in group coaching that's going to a very fancy restaurant, tons of ideas, tons of things that she could have on plan. All that to say that you can do it. You can choose to be on plan wherever you go. All right. So I just want to encourage you guys with that. Sometimes we have to prep ahead. A few things that I love to prep ahead and have in place are the Vital Proteins collagen packets, which that's one of the prizes for tonight. I love having those on hand. I'm really loving the stevia, it's sweet leaf stevia drops. I have flavored ones. I have the plain. I like taking those with me so that I can sweeten coffee because coffee is one of my love languages that I love so much. So that collagen and that sweetener can go in a coffee wherever I am in case I need an emergency fueling. Lunch, had it out, fine. Stayed longer in town than I meant to. Supper's not going to be but several hours away. Great. I can have an FP while I'm in town. Easy to do. So that's just something I wanted to pass on to you guys. I love having Coach Canada's peanut butter on hand. It's a great fuel pull protein source for a snack or a meal. I like having my PPP cups ready to go. That is Pearl's Perfect Porridge. It is an oatmeal that Pearl came up with during our shutdown summer that we had. And I just love having those ready. Wes uses one almost every morning for his breakfast. So I like having those on hand. I also like having quinoa made. I do a lot of things with anti-inflammatory, and that is one of the best anti-inflammatory foods. So I like to have that. All right. So those are some things I like to prep. But when I think of prep, I think of being prepared, not necessarily having all these little containers or baggies full of stuff or my freezer stocked. All those things are wonderful, but I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to be prepared with ideas that I'm going to make for my family, specifically suppers. I can wing breakfast and lunch pretty easy, but having my suppers planned, knowing I'm going to make these recipes, I usually choose 2S and 2E for the week. And I have the groceries for that before the week starts. They are in my house, ready to go. I go ahead and thaw my meat out. Sometimes I cook my meat ahead. Sometimes I cook 2 of the recipes on Sunday, so they're ready because I work my busy days are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if I can have those things ready, my family just has to heat it up. Okay, easy to do. So be prepared in your kitchen. Have a plan. I think that's super important to keeping THM sustainable. And that's going to take me into how we are going to avoid burnout. Like I talked about a while ago, those fad diets, those are going to cause burnout. THM can cause burnout if you do it kind of like a really intense way. That doesn't mean that you are not choosing to be on plan because you're not intense about it. But you don't, like I said, you don't have to cook everything that goes in your mouth out of a cookbook. That's a little intense to me. Making every single recipe that comes across your newsfeed, trying to do every THM bandwagon that comes across your newsfeed, that's overwhelming. That will cause burnout. You need to assess. Sometimes you might need to take a break from social media of THM. It's wonderful. But sometimes if it's hurting your heart, if it's stressing you out, that's not helping nobody. Okay. So you might need to back off of some things, and that's okay. Maybe make a list of specific things that you want to work on. With one-on-one each week, we talk about goals. A lot of times it includes 100% on plan, increasing their veggies, watching their timing. Maybe you need to make some goals like that. I found a tracker that one of my clients showed me on Amazon. You can Google that or look it up on Amazon, a habit tracker. Get one of those. They have tear-off sheets. You can fill things in, all the bubbles and all the things. Keep track of what those goals are, okay, to avoid burnout. But one of the best things to avoid burnout is to have a friend doing it alongside you. And in my coaching, I try to encourage those relationships. If you don't want to do coaching with me, that's totally fine. Find you a THM buddy. Find somebody that'll go alongside you. Maybe your husband is your buddy. Maybe he's going to help encourage you. Maybe it's one of your grown children. Maybe it's your friend, your aunt. I don't know. Some girl you never met. I have a lot of clients that I've got all these friends across the United States. Thanks, Coach Amy, blah, 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 whatever. They are just so happy to have each other and would have never met otherwise from coaching. And it's such a beautiful thing. So reach out, find a friend. Another way to avoid that burnout is to keep it fun in the kitchen. So we don't want to be too crazy up in there, right? But we also want to keep it fun. So I encourage you to choose a recipe that you are familiar with, say burgers. Your family can have burgers. You can have a burger. You don't do a bun. You have a yummy salad on the side. You could put cheese, bacon, avocado, whatever you choose to put on there, and have a yummy meal. That's an easy one. Then you can choose a crock pot meal. Then maybe a instant pot meal. And then maybe y'all can even go out. You don't have to cook that other night or whatever. So, and leftovers for the other nights. Easy to do. Cook double to have leftovers if your family's larger. But maybe you should include a new recipe, make it new. I also think it's fun to change things up. So if you're having a lot of the same thing over and over and over, like oatmeal every single day, you can only do that for so long. Okay, I'm a stars. So try something new. Maybe you're going to change it up for a fruit smoothie. That's more of an E mode too, just to change things up. So that's what I think is important with avoiding burnout. I made a promise to myself that I was going to do THM for my health, and I kept that promise to myself. And that is something that I see happen often that clients are not doing. And so I challenge you to do that. It's a hard thing. It's not easy, but you can do it. I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay? So that's my huge encouraging word. Keep promises to yourself, and I know that you can do it. Last year, my theme was actually I can. Actually, I can keep promises to myself. You can go with Pearl's book, I'm That Girl That Keeps Promises to Herself. It's a wonderful book. And then I also wanted to mention Danny Valdez's quote, what if you could? What if you could keep promises to yourself? Because you can. I'm telling you, I've seen people do it over and over. So I just want to pump y'all up. And next year, when we're celebrating my 7th Trim-iversary, y'all are going to have some good stories. I know you will. All right. I'm going to go alphabetized all the questions is what I did. And I chose the top 5 to talk about. Oh, I did 6. I did 6 for 6 years. So I'm going to go over these. I've actually answered a couple of these already, but it's okay. We'll go back over them. The rest of the questions, the 16 pages of them, I'm going to go down this list and answer them at the end of my podcast each week. So I hope y'all will be excited to hear those each week as you tune in to the podcast. It's called Chattin with Coach Amy, by the way. All right. Are cheat days a thing? Cheat days are not a thing for Coach Amy. I'm not going to go off plan. I have no reason. If I want a cookie, I can make one on plan, or I can buy high key cookies at the grocery store or Hobby Lobby. They're there too. I can have some Lily's chocolate or something like that. I can make a delicious coffee. I don't need that. I also like a little gentle sweet on berries. That's just as good to me. So I've learned to enjoy that and embrace that journey there. Are you still tempted by sugar after all these years? No, I'm not. I did tell y'all, like, one of my favorite things, my favorite candies, I can see it in the store and walk right away. My kids can be ordering Sonic ice cream. No, thanks. And so that is huge. That is a huge milestone in my journey. And that took years. It took several years to get there. It really did. And it's more of a mind over matter. It is very much that way. Okay. All right. At the beginning, did you eat the same foods for a while? I don't think I did. Like I said, I was making that meal plan and I was changing things up, trying the recipes. I think I've cooked everything out of that cookbook. But no, I did not. I did definitely try some of the snacks, the fuel pull in the back of the book. There were some I settled on that I really liked. The Choco Chip Baby Frappa was one of my favorite ones. And then I definitely got to the egg and meat and veggie breakfast that I did quite often, but that don't hurt my feelings at all. I enjoy that breakfast for sure. At what point was your aha moment when you knew this was the real deal? When I could raise my hands in church, when I could stay up all day. I didn't have to lay down and rest. When I had the energy to play with my little girls and my boys and take care of them, because I had been on the couch for a lot of the day, and Wes would be working all day and come home and have to do the meals and help with the homework and the baths and everything because I was just done. But so when I began to see the nourishing of my adrenals so that I had energy, and also some things that carbs do is that, like I said, nourish your adrenals, they boost your serotonin, and E is for energizing for the higher carb meals, gave me energy. So I was able to do the things that I needed to do. And it was really great. Like, seriously, it's an absolute miracle. It really is. All right. Battling adrenal fatigue and best food choices. So I touched on that just a little bit, but battling adrenal fatigue is something that is really difficult because you do not feel well. And so you feel like you don't have the energy to put forth to do things. So just choose one. So these are a few things that I recommend. Turmeric, and so I use the singing canary for that. That's a recipe in Trim Healthy Cookbook, or you can Google THM singing canary. The recipe is public facing. Anybody can look at that. On my YouTube channel, I have my little shortcut way. So look into that. You can go to my YouTube channel and search singing canary, and it'll show you a couple of videos about that. But that is a great drink to have if you are battling adrenal fatigue. That's an easy one to do. You could increase your meals. Okay. Another thing you could do, include quinoa several times a week, if not daily, if you can. And that is scary for some people. I've never had quinoa. I hadn't had quinoa before either. What are some foods Coach Amy had never had before THM? Mango, papaya, quinoa, Brussels sprouts. I'd never cooked with coconut oil. I'd never made salmon at home, tuna. Oh my gracious, so many things that I had never had or tried that I have now regularly. Okay. So there's always somebody, we always all have a starting point, and then we all grow. And I think that's important to remember. And let's think what else. I lost my train of thought. I really think that staying hydrated is important. And another thing that I've been seeing a lot of success with my clients with adrenal fatigue, or just kind of that sluggishness feeling, is having an lunch or snack. So if you're going to have an lunch, your snack could be something different, whatever, S your fuel pool. But if your lunch is an S, have an snack, and that'll help you get some energy in the afternoon. Okay. All right. So let's see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about with you guys. We talked about my cookbook, my family, exercise, keeping promises to ourselves, making it sustainable, and avoiding that burnout. And we are at 31 minutes and 32 seconds now. I'm so excited. I did it. Woohoo! I hope that y'all enjoyed it. The comments kind of stopped. So I don't know if y'all weren't talking or what happened, but hopefully we'll be able to check that out later. So I'm going to announce the winners to our, okay, Erin, I saw your smiley face. I wonder if she just did that one. Maybe y'all were listening and not commenting. That's good. Y'all are good little students. Okay, so the winner of the Organifi Harmony, which that is a chocolate flavored powder. It's adaptogens that help harmonize a woman's body. So you were busy listening, Cindy. That's right. Y'all are good girls. So this Organifi Harmony has been helping a lot of my clients. And one of them said that this would be a really good prize for y'all. So I just wanted y'all to know about that. It is on my Amazon storefront. If you're interested, you can read all about it there. But Kim Snyder, Kim Snyder, Kim Snyder is the winner of the Organifi Harmony. Congratulations, Kim. The next prize is a frother. I use that to mix up my Trimmy coffee, and then also a desktop coffee warmer. So it's a little combo bundle. And the winner of that is Shelly. And I'm just going to go ahead and spell your name. And I know she's here because I saw her. She was one of the first comments. Capistrant. And I really need to know how to say that. I will butcher it, so I'm not even going to try. Congratulations, though, Shelly, for the frother and the desktop coffee cup warmer. Okay. And then prize 3 is a Pioneer Woman Instant Pot. That's going to Marie Welsh. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy that. I love my Pioneer Woman Instant Pot. I just wanted to spread that joy to somebody else. All right, a Southern and Healthy outfit. So I have joggers with my logo, and then I have T-shirts, baseball tees, and a sweatshirt. So she can choose one of those tops and her color of everything. Southern and Healthy outfit to Laura Reverman, Reverman. Congratulations, Laura, for that Southern and Healthy outfit. And then the 5th prize is a box of Vital Protein packets, and that goes to Becky Taylor. Congratulations, Becky Taylor, Vital Proteins. You'll be ready to go on the Go Collagen for your protein source. And then the last prize is a water bottle and a lunch tote, so that you're ready for on the go. And that goes to Pamela Standerwick, Standerwick. Congratulations, Pamela. Happy Trim-iversary to Coach Amy. And I'm sharing some love with you guys too. The winners will be emailed. I'm probably going to do that in the morning. I'm ready to go to bed. It's been a long day. But congratulations, y'all. I'm so thankful for each of you. Thank you for watching. Those watching the replay, thank you for watching that. Y'all hit some comments in there so I can love on you too. And I mean, I just couldn't have had a better day. It was just such a blessing. And I'm so glad I got to spend some of the time with you guys. Y'all, buy my cookbook. It's so great. I'm so excited. I feel like a birthday baby. For real. I put that in the email. I know it sounded silly, but it was for reals. All right, guys. Once again, keep promises to yourself. I know you can do it. Bye, y'all.